Hi there everybody, this is Nick once again on the Get Me Off Grid video blog. Hi there, how the heck's it going? Okay, good news! I received my delivery of lots of alloy solder. Totally wonderful. Means we can get an awful lot more solar panel creation done with that, and loads more tapping wire, which will go with the existing collection that I've got there. We've still got some cells left over from the last batch that I bought, so essentially we're almost all ready to go. I've got some reclaimed wood out back, so yes, I'm going to crack on with getting the next panel done. I'm not doing it today or tomorrow because I've got some pretty heavy work to get done first and foremost, because I've still got to get bread and butter coming in. You know, so far I've actually managed to spend an absolute fortune to try and get everything done with the first panel, what with the backing wood, what with the acrylic, what with the electrodes, tapping wire, solar cells and everything. And I'm going to be spending even more money to get this done, because I've still got to get the acrylic and cut that to size for the next solar panel. But obviously I've got some reclaimed wood, so this time around it's going to be just a little bit more affordable for me this time around. I mean, here's me spending an absolute fortune just so that you guys can get an education. Obviously I've got a donation link down there, and if you feel you can help out, basically that will be wonderful. That'll help me just to basically do an awful lot more. And yep, I'm spending much more out of my own pocket than I'm taking in, if you get my drift. So that's the way it's working right now. I don't always want it to be that way. I've had a look at a few pieces of land on the internet, and basically the cheapest I can see at the moment is about £30,000, and that would be like the ideal size for me just to basically start building up the self-sufficient empire, which is of course my goal. Right, now why is it I'm focusing in on energy? Well, basically energy is the thing which everyone is interested in. Basically there's too many people just getting wet between the legs, because what they're most interested in is just like, oh, you know, how am I going to keep the lights on? Alright, obviously there's much more to being off-grid and much more to being self-sufficient than just thinking about energy, although it is obviously an important component, but it's not the whole thing, so I have to cover much more. What I wouldn't mind doing later on down the line is a video purely about my dehydrator and essentially how I'm already using that to prepare and store food, which I'm going to be using for soups, for stews, for salads, basically everything else. So essentially it's an important technology for food preparation and storage, and yes, I'm using it now despite the fact I'm still living in a property at the moment, which I don't want to have to do. I want to go properly off-grid, self-sufficient. You know, I'm using some of the technology at the moment because I think it makes sense, and of course the more we can practice with this stuff, the better it can be later on down the line. You know, what I'm going to showcase to you when I get the next solar panel video done is the technique for putting the solar cells together in a way which makes sense, is time, you know, reduces the quantity of time you spend doing it, and make sure you don't make a mistake whilst you're doing it. I built up a technique, I know how it's done, and I want to share that with you. I've seen a few other people actually demonstrate how they've made a muck-up, but basically with a bit of lateral thinking and a bit of good reasoning, you can actually start getting yourself into a routine. Okay, it is still a bit of labour getting a panel made, but when it's done, it's done. Okay, if you get my drift. And I'm also going to go into like waterproofing and all that kind of cool stuff, so that you'll have like the perfect panel that can do everything that you need if you follow my directions. That's the goal. So I just thought I'd give you a quick update there and let you know that more stuff has come through, and I'm going to be able to sit right down to doing this in the coming week. Speak to you in a while. Nick Dush signing out for now.